In the forests of Eastern Europe, people shared strange stories. Some were told beside fires. Others were whispered after sunset. Many stories spoke of a prince, a ruler feared by enemies, a man surrounded by legends. His name was Vlad. Centuries later, people still remember him, not because he built a great empire, but because fear followed his name. Vlad was born in 1431. His homeland was Wallachia, a small principality located between powerful kingdoms. Life there was dangerous. Empires competed constantly. Borders changed frequently. War rarely felt far away. Every ruler understood one thing: survival was never guaranteed. To the south stood the Ottoman Empire. Its armies expanded every year. Its rulers conquered new lands. Its influence reached across continents. Many leaders feared its power. Some chose resistance. Others chose cooperation. Wallachia often stood between those choices. Vlad's father ruled Wallachia. His name was Vlad II. He belonged to an elite organization called the Order of the Dragon. The order defended Christianity against external threats. Because of this membership, people called him Dracula, the dragon. His son would later become Dracula, the son of the dragon. As a child, Vlad loved stories about warriors. He admired courage. He admired strength. He admired rulers who defended their people. The world around him seemed dangerous. Power often determined survival. Young Vlad understood that earlier than most children. The royal court was full of politics. Visitors arrived constantly. Messages crossed borders. Alliances formed. Alliances collapsed. Every decision carried consequences. Vlad watched carefully. He listened more than he spoke. His father faced enormous pressure. Hungary demanded loyalty. The Ottoman Empire demanded loyalty. Both sides wanted influence. Both sides expected obedience. Balancing these demands became increasingly difficult. The future looked uncertain. When Vlad was still young, everything changed. Ottoman representatives arrived. They wanted guarantees. Promises were not enough. The Sultan demanded something more valuable: hostages, royal hostages. To protect his position, Vlad's father agreed. It was a painful decision. 2 of his sons would travel to Ottoman territory. Vlad was one of them. His younger brother joined him. The decision could not be reversed. The journey would begin soon. The departure felt unreal. Family members gathered. Soldiers prepared horses, servants loaded supplies. Nobody knew what the future would bring. Vlad looked back one final time. His homeland slowly disappeared behind him. The Ottoman Empire looked different from anything he had known. The cities were larger. The armies were larger. The palaces were larger. Everything seemed powerful. Everything seemed organized. The empire impressed him immediately. The young hostages received an education. They studied languages, history, politics, military strategy, religion. The Ottomans wanted capable future rulers. Vlad learned quickly. His intelligence became obvious. Many lessons interested him, especially military lessons. He studied campaigns, battle formations, fortifications, leadership. He paid close attention to successful commanders. One day he might need those skills himself. Yet life remained difficult. No matter how comfortable the palace appeared, Vlad remained a hostage. His future depended on powerful men. His freedom depended on political decisions. He never forgot that reality, not for a single day. Years passed. The boy slowly became a young man. He learned discipline, patience, observation. He learned how rulers maintained power. He learned how fear influenced behavior. These lessons would shape his future. Sometimes news arrived from Wallachia. The reports were rarely good. Political instability continued. Nobles competed for influence. Foreign powers interfered. The kingdom remained fragile. Vlad worried constantly. The longer he stayed away, the stronger his frustration became. Others controlled his destiny. Others controlled his homeland. Others controlled his future. The feeling created anger, and anger slowly became determination. Meanwhile, events in Wallachia grew worse. Political rivals challenged his father. Enemies gathered strength. The situation became dangerous. News traveled slowly, but every message carried new concerns. The future darkened. Eventually, tragedy struck. Vlad's father was killed. His older brother was killed as well. The news shocked him. Everything changed overnight. The family he knew disappeared. The world suddenly felt colder. grief mixed with anger mixed with ambition. Vlad reached an important conclusion. Weak rulers became victims. Weak kingdoms became victims. If he ever returned home, he would rule differently, very differently. Opportunity finally arrived. Political circumstances shifted. New alliances emerged. The Ottomans released him. For the first time in years, Vlad could shape his own future. The journey home began. The road back felt familiar. Mountains appeared. Forest returned. Rivers crossed the valleys. Yet everything looked different. Vlad had changed. The boy who left Wallachia no longer existed. His homeland remained unstable. Several rulers had come and gone. Trust was rare. Political betrayal was common. Nobody could predict tomorrow. Vlad quickly realized one thing: winning power would not be easy. The struggle for the throne began. Supporters gathered, opponents gathered, alliances formed. Promises were exchanged. Every decision carried risk. The contest became relentless. Months became years. Victories alternated with defeats. Control changed hands repeatedly. Sometimes Vlad seemed close to success. Sometimes everything seemed lost. Yet he refused to surrender. Persistence became his greatest weapon. Eventually, circumstances favored him. Military victories strengthened his position. Support increased. Enemies weakened. The opportunity he had waited for finally appeared. This time he seized it. Vlad became ruler of Wallachia. Many celebrated. Others felt nervous. His years as a hostage had changed him. His years of struggle had changed him. Nobody knew what kind of ruler he would become. At first, he focused on order. Corruption angered him. Crime angered him. Disloyalty angered him. He believed chaos threatened the kingdom. Strong leadership, he believed, was the solution. Punishments became severe. Warnings became clear. People quickly understood his expectations. Obey the law, remain loyal, respect authority, or face consequences. Fear began spreading across Wallachia. Yet Vlad was only beginning. His reputation had not reached its peak. His most famous actions still lay ahead. Beyond Wallachia, a powerful enemy watched closely. The Ottoman Empire remembered him, and soon the prince and the empire would meet again. The Ottoman Empire had not forgotten Wallachia. Its rulers expected loyalty, its generals expected obedience. Vlad offered neither. The relationship grew tense. Messages crossed borders. Warnings followed. Neither side trusted the other. Vlad understood the danger. The Ottoman Empire controlled vast territories. Its armies numbered in the hundreds of thousands. Wallachia was small by comparison. Direct confrontation would be difficult. Victory would require intelligence and unpredictability. Instead of waiting, Vlad acted first. He launched raids across the border. Small groups of soldiers moved quickly. They attacked isolated positions, destroyed supplies, captured information, then disappeared into forests before enemies could respond. The attacks created confusion. Ottoman commanders struggled to predict his movements. Reports arrived constantly. One village attacked, another supply route destroyed, another patrol vanished. The enemy never felt secure. That uncertainty became a weapon. Soon, the conflict expanded. The Ottoman Sultan decided enough was enough. A major campaign was prepared. Thousands of soldiers gathered. Experienced commanders joined the effort. The empire intended to crush Wallachia, once and for all. When Vlad learned about the invasion, he remained calm. His army was smaller. His resources were limited. But he knew the landscape. He knew the forests. He knew the rivers. Most importantly, he knew how fear affected people. As the Ottoman army advanced, strange things happened. Food supplies disappeared. Bridges collapsed. Scouts vanished. Messages failed to arrive. The land itself seemed hostile. Every day became more difficult than the last. Vlad avoided large battles. Instead, he exhausted his enemy. His soldiers appeared unexpectedly, attacked quickly, then vanished again. The campaign became frustrating. The Ottoman army could not find peace, not even at night. One evening, Vlad prepared a dangerous plan. The enemy camp stretched across the countryside. Thousands of soldiers rested there. They believed they were safe. They were wrong. The prince intended to strike directly. After sunset, Vlad and his men moved silently. The darkness concealed them. The campfires illuminated the horizon. The enemy remained unaware. Every rider understood the risk. Some might never return. Still, they continued forward. Then the attack began. Chaos erupted everywhere. Soldiers woke suddenly. Horses panicked. Commands echoed through the darkness. Confusion spread faster than fear. Vlad rode directly into the camp, searching for the Sultan himself. The night attack became legendary. Although Vlad failed to capture the Sultan, the operation shocked the Ottoman army. Few rulers would attempt something so dangerous. Even fewer would survive it. The story spread quickly, across Europe and beyond. But another event would define his reputation forever. As Ottoman forces advanced deeper into Wallachia, they discovered something horrifying. Something nobody expected. Something impossible to forget. Outside one city stood thousands of wooden stakes. The site stretched across fields and hills. Each stake carried a victim. The landscape appeared transformed, not by nature, but by terror. Silence covered the area. Veteran soldiers stopped walking. Experienced commanders stared in disbelief. Many had witnessed countless battles, yet nothing prepared them for this. The scene became known as the Forest of the Impaled. The message was unmistakable. Vlad wanted fear to travel faster than armies. He wanted enemies defeated before battle began. He wanted every soldier to remember his name. The strategy succeeded. His reputation became legendary. Across Europe, stories multiplied. Travelers described terrifying scenes. Merchants repeated rumors. Writers recorded accounts. Printers published sensational reports. Some stories were accurate. Others became exaggerated. The legend continued growing. To supporters, Vlad was a defender, a ruler protecting his homeland, a prince resisting a powerful empire. They admired his determination. They admired his courage. Many considered him a hero. To critics, he was something else entirely. Cruel, merciless, obsessed with punishment. They focused on the victims. They focused on the fear. They focused on the violence. History became divided. Eventually, circumstances changed again. Political allies disappeared. New enemies emerged. Power became fragile. The same prince who terrified others now found himself increasingly isolated. Vlad lost his throne. His influence declined. His enemies gained strength. Years of conflict had exhausted the kingdom. The ruler who once commanded fear could not control every event. No ruler could. For a time, he lived far from power. The future remained uncertain. Many believed his story had ended. Many believed history would forget him. They were mistaken. One final chapter remained. Years later, opportunities returned. Political circumstances shifted once more. Vlad regained power briefly. But the world had changed. Old struggles continued. Old enemies remained. Peace never arrived. Eventually, Vlad died. The exact details remain uncertain. Some accounts describe battle. Others describe assassination. Centuries later, historians still debate the truth. Certain answers disappeared with time. Most rulers fade into history. Their names slowly vanish. Their stories become forgotten. But Vlad's story followed a different path. His reputation continued growing, long after his death. Generations passed. Empires rose and fell. Borders changed. Languages evolved. Yet stories about Vlad survived. Parents told them. Travelers repeated them. Writers preserved them. Then, centuries later, a novelist searched for inspiration. He wanted a memorable villain, a dark and mysterious figure. During his research, one name captured his attention: Dracula, the son of the dragon. In 1897, Bram Stoker published a novel called Dracula. The fictional vampire became famous worldwide. Readers loved the story, films followed, television followed, the legend expanded again. Soon, reality and fiction became intertwined. Many people assumed Vlad was a vampire. Others believed every story about him. The truth became harder to find. History mixed with imagination. The real man disappeared behind the myth. Today, Vlad the Impaler remains one of history's most fascinating figures. Hero, villain, defender, monster. Perhaps he was a little of each. But one thing is certain: few people have cast a longer shadow across history, and few legends have inspired more fear than the Prince of Wallachia, Vlad, the son of the dragon.